What's up, guys? Welcome back to Keeping It Real, the place to be for all the latest movie reviews, trailer reactions, and podcasts. I'm your host, James, joined by Rhys today to talk about the new paranoia thriller, Watcher. Before we dive into this, I just want to remind you all we are on Twitter at Keeping It Real UK. Give us a follow, and from there you can find links to all of our streaming platforms and social media. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, we're probably on there. Whichever app you use to listen to your podcast, make sure to follow us, like us, or give us a 5-star rating. Really helps us out. And we're also on YouTube, and we'd love to have you all as subscribers so you never miss another video. So Watcher, as a serial killer stalks the city, a young actress who just moved to town with her boyfriend notices a mysterious stranger watching her from across the street. Directed by Chloe Akuno, I think, starring Micah Monroe, Bern Gorman, and Carl Glusman. The movie released here in the UK on November 4th, 2022. Currently sits at an 87% critic rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So, Rhys, give us your spoiler-free thoughts on Watcher.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I didn't really know much about it going in, which I felt like was slightly better sometimes when you go see a film.
I've been trying to do that a lot recently, not just going blind.
But I felt like it was really good at creating atmosphere and just kind of putting you in the position of Michael Monroe's character, Julia. Yeah. And yeah, it just kind of told the story really well. It didn't try to do too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think it kind of knew what it was. Obviously, the director knew what she wanted to do with it. And I think it created a really good kind of, like, it didn't do anything necessarily new or anything, mind blowing, but it was a good psychological thriller, good storytelling, good acting, and I just think it hit all the beats it needed to hit. And I think it was by the end, you kind of feel satisfied.
Yeah.
With the film as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same as you. The story itself, it's not like full of surprises. But I think the real thrill of it sort of comes from the inevitability of the story. Like we sort of know what's going to happen, but how it gets there, and it creates such a sense of dread and paranoia because you are in Julia's shoes. And I was creeped out. You think you know what's going to happen, maybe takes you back a bit, and then we'll say what actually happens for the spoiler section. But Micah Monroe's really good. I think it's been a few years since I've seen her in a movie, to be fair. Obviously, most of you will know her from It Follows. I guess that was her first big.
She only does
not even big, but that movie was quite talked about when it came out.
Yeah, she only does films where she's being followed by things.
That's it. Yeah. She's really good in this. Bern Gorman as well, who you'll recognize from Pacific Rim,
Torchwood.
Yeah, he was in Dark Knight Rises. He was on an episode of Always Sunny. He does a great job because he plays the man who Mike Monroe thinks is stalking her, and he does a great job of making you go with her at parts, and then a real good job of sort of making you maybe sympathize a little bit with him. And you're like, oh, maybe we've got the wrong idea about this guy.
Yeah, there's one bit you're like, oh, maybe, and then
what I thought a great way to take this story was to put it in another country. So obviously they moved to Romania. Yeah.
Bloody
walking in.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, so they moved to Romania. So from the first scene, there is that language barrier. She's trying to learn the language, but she's not quite there. So she doesn't understand a whole lot of going on. She doesn't have any friends there. And because her husband is at work all day, she's left alone in this new apartment. Doesn't really trust her surroundings. No one to really rely on for a lot of the time until she sort of becomes friends with her neighbor. but I thought, yeah, what a terrifying scenario to put her in, where you're in this new country, completely unfamiliar to you. You need help, but you can't necessarily ask for it.
Yeah,
And I
they
thought,
really
yeah,
do the kind of the idea of isolation
yeah,
really well in this.
and that plays
You
into
see
the
loads of shots
paranoia
where
of it
she's
all,
in like very busy places, like she's in the
but
middle of
still feels
town.
so alone.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
they do that really well.
yeah, really, really good. Let's just talk about spoilers though. We both recommend this. Good, tight little contained thriller. So if you haven't seen Watcher yet, then we both recommend go checking it out. But if you have seen Watcher, then this is the part of the review for you. So turn off if you haven't seen. So it turns out the guy is is
It's
stalking
him
her.
all along.
But that's sort of it's not throwing too many surprises at you. It's not, all right, no, it was this guy all along.
Yeah, it's
It,
not like it's not trying to do
she
some
was
sort of
right the whole
yeah.
time, and
It's not
that's
trying to do
what
some whole
gets.
M Night Shyamalan-esque
Yeah,
twist. It's just like no, she was right. Sometimes people are right.
listen to your
It's that.
girlfriends.
Yeah.
Um, because she's pleading with her husband to be like, something is not right, and I'm being followed, and you need to take this seriously. And he never does he? He thinks
No,
it's all in her head.
bloody Francis, he's a dick.
Yeah. Oh,
He's a
and
dick.
yeah, the movie does a real good job of having you by putting you in issues. You're on her side the whole
Yeah,
time. You're never
you're
really doubting
so
her.
annoyed for her
Yeah, and
every
just like just
time.
listen. You just want to grab him, shake him, listen. And the police as well. They're all useless.
Yeah. The nicest man in the film is the ex-boyfriend of her neighbor that
Who we got told was a
who is
dick.
supposed
Yeah,
to be a
but
dick.
yeah, no, yeah, he at least tried.
Yeah.
So yeah, so a majority of the film is her, looking out of a window, seeing this
Yeah.
face. She's not
Not
sure if it's the same guy who's been following her
not big fans of
around
curtains in
town.
Romania, are they?
No, I'd have those shut all day.
So, when they moved in, there was no curtains. I'd be like, I need some curtains. I was like, I need curtains right now. But
Absolutely.
this huge window.
Biggest window I've ever seen. It's ginormous.
Yeah.
I think one of the scariest moments for me, like it's not an out and out horror. It definitely is more of a thriller.
Oh, it's a thriller, yeah.
Yeah. But it's when she's looking in up to the window in the daylight, and everything's telling you that he's there.
Yeah.
But you can't see him, and that was the moment, surprisingly, that got me the most, because it was in daylight. And
that bloody bit with the train.
oh yeah, the one bit that actually made me
jump.
jump.
Both shit I was like,
you hear like a cough, don't you? And you're like, oh, it's him. He's him. Yeah. He's around that corner. And then the train comes, and I went, oh.
Yeah, it's not good. Like, I remember when we were watching it, because she's being followed, I was constantly looking in the back.
Yeah.
Because I think when you watch enough like horror films and stuff, or like
where to look. Yeah.
You're like, and in all fairness, they didn't do it too much where he was in the background. But when they did, I think they just focused on him. They weren't trying to be subtle at all. They were like, no, there he is.
It was like, to bring up It Follows again. It was like that though, where the entire movie I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the person before she does. Yeah, Micah Monroe. I think I'll hopefully get her in some more stuff again, because she had a good streak for a few years, and then
she's so good.
Took a break.
Like, I feel like everything I've seen her in, she's been really good.
Yeah, I think the last thing I saw her in was the Honey Boy, that Shia LaBeouf movie, and I think that was like 2019. So yeah, it's been a few years since anything really big. There is this moment where, because obviously she calls the police on him, he retaliates by calling the police on her, which was brilliant from him.
Uno reverse.
Got you now. To sort of make it seem like, oh, well, you thought I was stalking you. I thought you were stalking me. Let's put it all behind us.
That bit on the train where it's just the two of them and he's talking. He's like, I can't control the trains. And he's just talking. You kind of sat there and you're like, oh, maybe it's
That
not
was
him.
that was
Maybe
it. Where I was like,
maybe the
I
twist
don't
is
know
going to
which way
come
to
and it's going to
lean.
be, it's going to be in a head or it's not going to be a thing.
Very
And then
tense moment though.
then
Was
they start
on the
focusing on that bag, and I
yeah.
won't lie. For a while, I was like, "Why are we focusing on this bag?" And
Oh,
then I
did
was
you
like,
not? Oh, straight away I
"No,
was like, oh,
it
it's
didn't
a
click with me
fucking
until like the
head.
very end, where I was like, oh, there's a head in there." Okay.
Did you guess that it was the friend's head?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
same. Yeah,
yeah.
because I
That
guess,
was oof.
but like in this film, there's so many things that like you almost want to fucking scream because when she was in the flat, her friend's flat, after she thinks she's been murdered, she
Yes.
like looks at the wardrobe, and I'm like, go and
Go and
open it.
open it. Go
If
and
you
open it.
open it, that man is going to be in there with this dead woman. There's like
Yeah.
6 people in the flat with you. Go and open the fucking wardrobe. And she just looks in. I'm like, you just want to, you
Just
get so annoyed. Like, just
yeah.
fucking
Just
do it.
investigate just a little bit, and it'll all be over. Um, she goes back to that apartment later. Um, turns out her friend has been brutally murdered. The
Yeah.
head is clean off. And yeah, it was that guy all along. So it was that inevitability of it all the whole time. You know it's that guy. She
Yeah.
knows
Because,
it's that guy.
so I think that's, yeah, at one point I was like, it would be nice if there was a twist. But I was actually like, you know what? No, because sometimes it is what it is, isn't it? You know who it is that's the issue,
Yeah.
and yeah, they just were like, yeah, we're not going to do anything mad. She noticed this guy,
Mm. Just listen,
and
listen to your
fucking yeah,
friends. If they
listen,
think a weird
yeah,
guy's following them, believe them.
don't be a Francis
Don't be a
and make
Francis.
jokes about your girlfriend in another language. Can that's such a dick move. That
Oh
pissed me off.
yeah.
So
Oof.
if I was him, I'd turn to my mate and be like, listen, she doesn't speak Romanian. Let's just
Stop.
speak in English
Yeah.
all the time because you clearly can. You're
But
clearly
well,
very
the fact
fluent.
was he was an asshole and he was
Yeah, and it was like,
in on the
just
joke.
fucking stop it. Stop
Yeah.
talking. And
I, I,
if I was her, I'd be like, "Can we speak English? I don't speak Romanian." You know what I mean?
I like that as well because she is learning
Yeah, and like
the language
certain bits,
throughout,
like
and
that bit
then
where they're talking
she
about it
catches it.
in the party, and she's talking because like she's saying like she wants to surprise him by saying something casually.
Yeah.
Like she does surprise him because she's like, "Oh, I know what you said,"
Yeah.
and that bit is like such a
We all wish we
satisfying.
could do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Um, yeah. So this we find the friend, head off. She's done, and then he he comes for Julia, and it seems like it's over. And I was like, wow, they've pulled a fast one on me here. I didn't expect her to lose, and it seemed like it was just going to go that way, and maybe someone else was going to find him after and catch
Oh
him in the
yeah.
act.
Well, that little girl across the way had seen him. And
Yeah.
that's why I
Well,
was like,
I thought that's where it was going to go. Like
yeah,
he's going to get away now, but you never know what's going to happen next. But no, she remembers that her friend had a little gun in the cabinet. Takes that out when he
yeah.
thinks she's gone. Opens the door as the boyfriend's coming to also investigate because he hears her phone in that apartment, and yeah, blows
Again,
him away, blasts him
takes
down.
way too long to react. The boyfriend, I stood there looking at this guy for ages. Like, just get him. What are
Oh,
you
well,
doing?
don't be a Francis.
You know he doesn't live
Act.
there.
We know Francis doesn't
Yeah, and
act. He
then
just
yeah, she shoots him with the loudest gun I've ever like. They must have just been like, just turn it all the way up.
the way more
Yeah,
people didn't come out of
just
their apartments.
just turn that gun sound all the way up in post and just
So loud.
let it because it was the
I
loudest
felt like I got
gunshot.
shot.
Yeah,
It was
but I kind of like that because it was like, fuck it, get because like yeah,
it
you
was
think
the catharsis. You finally got that
yeah.
relief of tension.
I don't know what
He's
she's
gone.
made of though. 'Cause she lost a lot of blood.
Oh, that yeah. I don't know if you heard me when he actually did.
Yeah, I heard you.
I went,
It's always gross when that happens. Like, and you was watching that
I
whole
just
bit.
didn't see that coming. I thought it was going to be a bigger moment of dialogue,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
But no, as soon as she does let out a scream, nope, you're not getting me. But she does get him in the end. I think this was like what, like an hour and 40, just under.
Yeah, I think what is it? I got to be hour 35.
Oh, perfect,
Lovely.
perfect
Doesn't
for a little movie
need
like
to be
this.
longer than that.
No, yeah, what do I always say? A tight 90.
No
That is,
film ever does.
yeah, it doesn't overstay its welcome. Gets it now. Does really accomplishes everything that it sets out to. You hate the boyfriend. You're on his side the whole time, and the bad guy gets what's coming to him. So
Satisfying.
good on you, Watcher. Yeah, you were
Yeah.
you were a good little watch. Any last thoughts on Watcher before we give our ratings?
No, just again, if your friend tells you they're being followed by people,
Listen
believe
to
it.
him. Yeah. All right, then go on, Rhys. Hit me out of 5.
I was torn between 2 ratings, but I think
What does your heart tell you?
I'll give it a 4. I was
A
probably
4?
3.5 and 4.
I'm gonna go a 3.5.
Yeah, but again, I think it was a film that I enjoyed. I'm thinking about other films I've given 3.5 stars to, and I think I enjoyed it slightly more than some of them.
I think for me to give like a 4, something really needs to get me and stay with me. And then obviously the 5s are something that has
I'm just an easy
blown my
man
mind.
to
Yeah,
please. I just
but yeah, a 3.5. Yeah, accomplished everything.
I don't enjoy a lot
To
of
good
films
performance.
anymore. So if I do, then
And
it gets a
again, this is
4.
another movie where I'm like, I hope more people do this. If you're curious about film, just go and see it. Don't bother watching the trailers, ruining it. Because I did it for this Barbarian and a Korean film called Decision to Leave, and all in the last week, and I enjoyed all of them thoroughly. So yeah, I'm just obviously I'll watch all the big trailers and everything. You're not going to catch me skipping a Marvel
Black Panther
trailer.
trailer.
Yeah, I'm watching that all day. I'm watching all the clips. But yeah, something like this, something small that you're a bit curious about, maybe just go in blind and let it take you for a ride. Right, guys, that is it for our review of Watcher. If you're watching on YouTube, then let us know what you thought of the movie down below in the comments. Alternatively, if you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple, then just tweet us at Keeping It Real UK with your thoughts. We'll be back later this week with another episode of our podcast where we talk about anything and everything for about an hour, and hopefully a review for Weird, the Al Yankovic story. In the meantime, you can head to our YouTube and check out our reviews of the new Avatar trailer, Barbarian, and the latest episode of our podcast where we talk about our favorite horror movies, Halloween costumes, and debate which wrestler has become the best actor.
We talk about my problematic school friends.
Yeah, check that out. Not good. But until next time, guys, keep it real.